Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a collab with my friend Chelsea, also known as CJ Clevername here on YouTube as well as Instagram. So I asked her if she wanted to do a collab with me and she agreed. So the reason why we did this collab is because a couple months ago Juvia's place was having a sale and I was really interested in a particular palette. I only have one palette from them. I have the Zulu palette, which I really like, and so I decided that maybe I would want to invest in another palette by them. And so the palette that I was interested in was the Magic palette the Magic palette. And I decided like, oh, I'm going to ask people on Instagram like what they think of this palette, and maybe I'll decide whether or not I'm going to go ahead and buy it. So I set up like a poll and people overwhelmingly said like go ahead and buy it. I was on a no buy, so I did feel a little guilty about like considering it, but I don't know, I'm trying to be a little bit more lenient about that sort of thing right now, so I decided that I was gonna break it. But anyway, my friend Chelsea messages me and she says, don't buy the palette. I have the palette, I hardly ever use it. And I was like, oh, do you not like it? And she was like, no, I just haven't really picked it up. I don't know why, whatever. And I was like, oh, well, you don't have to give it to me. It's just makeup. Like, I'll survive without it. But she insisted that she send me her Magic palette. So a couple weeks go by and she messages me and she's like, I just haven't been feeling really well. I'm sorry, I haven't sent it to you. And I was like, dude, it's fine. It's just makeup. Like, I will survive without it. But she insisted that she send it to me. So recently Ulta has accepted Juvias into like their lineup or whatever. Their roster, I don't know. But they've picked up Juvia's place, and Chelsea said she had like a lot of points, and she was like, how about I just send you one? And I was like, okay, but if you do that, you have to collab with me, and we're gonna choose each other's eyeshadows when I get it, and then we're gonna do a video together. And she said, okay, deal. So here's the palette. It's amazing. This is the mini, which I'm really glad about because the regular one is huge, but this one I feel like is a really good size. It's enough eyeshadows for me for a really long time. I'm definitely not going to use that up, so, but I mean, if God forbid like these weren't enough, I guess I could be like, oh, I guess I'll go ahead and get the original Magic palette. I'm not doing that. But I'm really happy I have it. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for sending this to me. That was very generous of you. You didn't have to do that, but you did it anyway. So I just thank you, Chelsea. This is amazing. This is like one of the nicest things I've ever received from the internet. But a quick note about like Chelsea's channel. She does like some really cool videos on a lot of brands that I had never heard of, and she does pretty decent hauls about just all sorts of makeup that she gets, and they're pretty lengthy, so I just really like how she goes into detail. One of my favorite videos she's ever done was like her first experience with a sponge, and I was just like, who hasn't used a makeup sponge who's into makeup? Chelsea, she was one. Anyway, I thought that video was pretty funny, so that's a video I think you should check out, as well as her rendition of the colors that I chose for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you a picture of like the colors that she chose for me, and we're just gonna go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna try to do this with more like a get ready with me tutorial. I'm probably just going to do one eye first and then like, you know, finish my face, and then we'll go from there. So all right, let's do this. So taking the glasses off. I know the glare of the glasses is probably kind of annoying for some of you, but I'm blind. I'm so sorry. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and take this Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. It's okay. It's just kind of drying, so if you have really dry eyelids, then this is definitely not for you. I have pretty oily eyelids, so this is fine, but if you don't blend it out all the way, it will kind of just stick and make your eyeshadow look kind of patchy, so make sure you blend this stuff in pretty quickly. Okay, Next I'm going to go ahead and, so this eyeshadow wasn't included in the ones that she gave me, but I like to set my eyeshadow with like a skin color eyeshadow no matter what. So I'm going in with Kessie and just setting that whole, my whole lid and brow bone area with it. It's just how I like to do it. You can do it how you want. This is how I want. I think the least favorite part of doing Get Ready With Me's personally is like not being able to listen to my music. Like, I don't care about monetization or whatever. So like if I got like a video that was flagged, it wouldn't like upset me. It's just that I know people wouldn't really like it. So I'm gonna go in first with Kogi, taking it on a Sigma E40 brush. Just gonna lightly go in there. This eyeshadow definitely reminds me of the red shade in the Zulu palette, because it's more of a strawberry red rather than like a true red. I'll try to zoom you in just a little bit. Okay. Next I'm going to take this E35 and go into Ife, which is kind of like a cobalt purpley shade. So it's just like a deep, actually it's more like an indigo. So I'm just going to lightly buff that into the crease. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with Kogi, just a little bit. It is absurd how easy these are to blend. I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to cop the heck out of this and do like a halo eye because those are my favorites and I like to do them. So I need to get my NYX glitter glue, glitter primer, whatever. And I'm just going to place that all over the lid, but I'm not going to rub it in, I'm going to tap it in. Sweet. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with Vi. Place that on the outer, the inner corner. And I'm just going to take the very tip of this brush and just lightly tap it into that shade, and then I'm gonna trace the remainder of the top lid area where my eye creases the most. And I'm just going to blend it up with this brush very lightly. Kind of want to go ahead and go in with Ife again. I think it'll make that shimmer a little more purpley. Do the same to the other side. A little bit more. Cool. Just gonna brush some of this off, do a paper towel, and then I'm going to hit up Vaso and just place that all over the center of the lid. Alright, cool. That's what we have to work with. I know this is a little messy right here, but I always do my face last anyway, so I'll be able to clean that up and kind of connect a lower lash line shade up to that. So I'll be right back, finish the other eye, do my face, whatever. So, what's up? I'm back. I did both of my eyes. I also just lined the top part of my lid. No cat eyeliner. I'm kind of liking how it looks, so just zoom you in a little bit so you can see how I do my lower lash line. I'm going back in with the shade Kogi, just lightly tapping it in, brushing it along the lower lash line, and connecting it to the outer V. Doing the same with the other eye. Liking how that looks, just going to try to diffuse it a little bit more. I think I'm going to use Kogi as a blush too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just taking a random blush type brush, dipping it into Kogi. Just kind of work crazily. It's okay. We'll tone it down in a second. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Just that. Okay. Gonna tone this side down with some setting powder. It doesn't really look very good in person, but I'm not going anywhere, so. Then I will take my butter bronzer and just sort of warm up my cheekbones. And then finally, for the face, take my Aurora palette. And since this is like a purpley look, I'm going to mix Luna and Spectre together. There's that. Want to also take Spectre and Luna, place it on the inner corner. And brow bone. And do some mascara. Now I'm going to take this shade called True Love from Lime Crime. You don't need to buy this shade from Lime Crime. I'm sure you can find a hot pink red anywhere, so don't be sad about this. Okay. Zoom you out. So this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I also hope you are sure to check out Chelsea's video. You will be able to see all the colors that I chose for her. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!